411 career wins, 3 Northern Sun Coach of the Year awards, and of course, 2 Sweet 16 appearances for Kelly Kruger. It's been a very successful career for the Adams State women's basketball coach, who is preparing for the Bankers Classic, second week in November, and then, of course, a trip to Honolulu, where Hawaii Pacific and Chaminade will be faced in the second weekend of non-conference games. Welcome back to KSPK's Grizzly Connect. Bryant Johnson with you. Coach, what's the strategy on wearing a lei when coaching in Hawaii? Good move, bad mood? Explain.
Well, I think it can go either way. Never put a lot of thought into that, but anytime we've been there, I've always tried to get into the spirit of things, wear the Hawaiian shirts and that type of stuff. Be like the big timers, the Coach K's and the Rick Majerus, even those kind of guys. But it's a fun experience. It's a good thing to do, to travel and to get out there and play and give your kids the experience to see some things like Pearl Harbor, which is a great thing to do. It's just young people nowadays don't understand what sacrifices were made, and it's really a shocking thing for them to see that. But as far as the lei, I think we can go either way. I suppose one game I'll wear it, one game maybe not, and see what happens best.
I was just wondering because it was Tommy Bahama Overload in Phoenix last year when we were playing in the Grand Canyon tournament, so I didn't know what you were going to work with in Hawaii. Off the heels of a Sweet 16 season in 2010, last year was obviously rough, winning just 7 games. You're such an energetic coach. Basketball is your life. You're in the front of the bus watching film till 1, 2 a.m. until we get into the next site after those Friday games. How much of the energy and enjoyment was lost during last year?
Well, I think, anytime you struggle, it's probably takes a little bit of the fun away. Being able to coach, being able to do this for a profession to get paid is really a privilege. It really is. I mean, I feel blessed to have coach so many great kids in so many different institutions, and opportunity to have a little bit of success at times is always rewarding. But I suppose I look back at it and watch every game we played last year that I had as probably much to do with it as anybody. If I didn't do a very good job, I know I didn't do a very good job on the floor and in practice as well as I should, and certainly had some things that we had to work through. And losing Deanna early on was a tough thing because she was just starting to play well and those kind of things. So, but it's still like I said, it's still a privilege to do what I do. I've been really blessed, and it's always a little bit more enjoyable if you win, certainly. But I love the aspects of coaching. I love the competitiveness of it. And I like the idea that we have an opportunity to respond this year the right way.
It's Kelly Kruger, head coach, Adams State University women's basketball. You didn't mess around at the end of January. It was apparent that you had an immediate idea of what you wanted your 2012-2013 team to look like. Assistant coach Kendra Covial was really working a lot of tournaments and games in Missouri and Kansas. New team this year. Kind of a rare overhaul, but the talent that we've seen in Open Gym is just impressive. How did you make such a quick change and adjustment to a season that didn't go the way you wanted it to?
Well, let's clarify. I didn't see him in Open Gym because that would be a violation on my part. You did. I saw him in workouts. I like how we do some things. Coach Kendra last year made several trips to Arizona, southern New Mexico. I was in the great state of Kansas a bunch, and Texas, and all over the place. And even, Kendra got an opportunity to fly out to L.A. and see some kids out there. So we went all over. I think we brought some good character kids in. I like our kids. I like our chemistry right now. Everybody asked me that. How's the chemistry on the team? I said, well, we haven't played any games. We haven't decided who's going to start. Nobody feels like they're getting shortchanged as far as any shots because we haven't done any role play yet in a major way. So everybody's happy about it. But, I'll really be honest with you. I think to get back to where we wanted to be right way, this is the option we chose. We chose to go with some transfers, and we do have a couple freshman kids that we think that will contribute too. But we thought we'd get a little bit more of an experienced player in here with some junior college transfers. And try to get back to where we wanted to be right away, where we left off in 2011. And we certainly learned a hard lesson last year, and hopefully we'll make the most of it this year.
Wow. I mean, how many changes throughout the conference from a coaching standpoint? Western New Mexico, Fort Lewis, Mesa, Western State, Mines, and of course in Western, Van Gerard coming in from the West Coast and then hiring Adams State's all-time leading scorer in Verijo Bustos. It's just crazy what's going on in the conference. But what do you think it's going to be like that final homestand of Christmas break before you get ready to make the trip to Shadron and Black Hills when Western's coming down and there's Verijo wearing red?
Well, it should be a lot of fun. You don't want to look too far ahead, but certainly VJ did a nice job here, and she has two of her former teammates on our staff right now with Kendra and Kelsey, so it should be like almost a reunion type of thing, But with 6 new coaches, you take Kearney going out, and then Black Hill State coming in. There's 6 new coaches. I know Mark really well at Black Hill State because he was on my staff 2 years at Southwest back in Minnesota. So, yeah, Coach Gerard at Western State, and Fort Lewis, hired Eric or Flores guy. He just really great. And then the other changes. I know Mesa hired a quality coach there too, and others did also. So it should be really interesting. It won't be the same old. There'll be a lot of different changes with things. I just did talk to Coach Kellogg, who was at Fort Lewis, who was at Northwest Missouri. We've talked a couple times this fall. He asked me how I'm doing with all the new changes. I said, just almost like you. You got a brand new league. We got half of a new league. So, but I look forward to it. I'm excited about us, and certainly when VJ gets back, the weekend right before Thanksgiving, we hope we can kick her butt really well, those guys, and then give her a big hug and wish her Merry Christmas after that.
New region, too. Gone is the connection with your old conference, the Northern Sun. So even something new to look at for you. I mean, it was enjoyable for you to battle those and beat those Northern Sun teams in 2011. What was your first reaction when the new region was announced?
Kind of mixed. I kind of like the idea that we could always compete against the Northern Sun. Because, the opportunity to play some of those guys again and get opportunity to beat them and do the things that we wanted to do and be successful. It doesn't get any easier, certainly with, the Lone Star and the Heartland. And there's some really good teams in there. I mean, next year we're going to host a conference challenge classic with Eastern New Mexico and Midwestern coming in with CSU Pueblo. So we've kind of taken that on to be a kind of a leader in that area as far as let's get this thing going. Let's get ourselves fully immersed into this thing with the new South Central region. And it's neat. I don't know why they did it. Maybe they did it because the NCAA was bored. Who knows why the NCAA does some of the things they do. But I really feel like we have an opportunity to get back in that situation. So let's find out firsthand how it really matches up with everybody in this league and the other two.
Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't had a chance to talk to you much.
I avoid you.
Well, I know you do, but that's okay. I don't avoid you. I like you. You must not like me. I guess I tell the players, I said, my relationship with you is good. Yours with me has just got to get better. So.
In season is 2 months. I need 5 months to regroup after 7 months with you in season.
There you go. Thanks, Guy.
It's Kelly Kruger. Thanks, Guy, with Adams State women's basketball. This is KSPK's Grizzly Connect. I'm Bryant Johnson.